guys? Welcome back to the JJK Chronicles, a Jujutsu Kaisen podcast. I am your host, Chazmania.
Oh, and I'm Ronnie. That's where I talk, right?
That's where you talk and say your name.
And I'm Ronnie.
And today we are covering episode 4, Curse Womb Must Die.
Jeez.
What?
A little heavy.
I know.
Curse Womb Must Die.
I'm pretty sure they said that about me when I was in my mother's bosom.
That's not where they keep babies.
That's not where...
Oh, wait, bosom's a butt, right?
No, I don't know.
Bosom.
Anyways.
I might have just outed myself.
Jujutsu Kaisen, that's what we're covering today.
Uneducated. That is the show that we're talking about.
Were you excited about this one? Have any first-hand thoughts on it?
Yeah, I was excited about this one. Are you talking about when I was going into it or how I felt about it after I watched it?
After you watched it.
Yeah, I like this episode. This is probably...
Really good one.
This is probably my favorite episode so far. Maybe two. I like 2 and this one quite a bit.
It's definitely in the top 4 for me so far. Yeah, there's just a lot of exciting stuff in it. There's a lot of information in the beginning, so bear with me. I took notes on this info. It could be completely wrong.
No one I would have rather had, really diving into that deep educational stuff.
Yep. And by the way, education is realizing things.
We all learned that together right here on the Podcast Chronicles.
From Plankton himself. So, we've got...
It wasn't Plankton, by the way.
Yeah, it was.
No.
The principal Plankton.
No.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
Who was it?
It was the president of Jujutsu High.
That's not Principal Plankton?
No.
Oh.
Plankton's the one at their normal high school. That was...
Yeah. Is that the shot put guy or the guy that...
No, the shot put guy was something else that I can't remember the name of.
Okay, so it was President...
Tagashi.
Yeah, you're right. It was President Plankton. So, we've got a professor...
Off to a great start.
We've got a professor-looking man saying that they've verified the curse womb 3 hours ago.
And I'll go ahead, because I was like, hey, who the fuck is this guy? Mm-hmm. I went and looked it up. It turns out he's the assistant manager at Jujutsu High.
Oh, he's
to which I kind of had
manager.
Yeah, I laughed. Manager? Is that what they call them in...
At that high school? Like, that's supposed to be their principal, I guess?
I guess
their
so, they're like
manager?
Yeah.
He says, once they get 90% of people successfully evacuated, they sealed off the center. Mm-hmm. Or once they did. They've already done that. So 90% of people are out, still a few more in there, and the center is sealed off. And he goes, people within a 500 meter radius, Jesus Christ, I can't talk right now. I'm going to try that one more time.
I couldn't talk either today. That's why the last episode was bad, so we're good.
People within a 500 meter... All right, one more time. People within a 500 meter radius have been evacuated as well. Say 500 meter radius right now.
500 meter radius.
Okay.
It's just one of those things. I had one last episode.
I want to say meteor. 500 meteor radius.
How is it? Is it in your notes? Is it spelled right? Or
it's spelled right. Yeah, okay. I just want to say it.
Just can't say meter?
Say 500 meter radius 7 times fast.
500 meter radius. 500 meter radius. 500 meter radius.
Dang.
I don't need to do it 7 times. That's just ridiculous.
I had a thought when he talked about this. I was thinking, what do you tell people
Give
is
you
going...
a penny for it. Get it?
I get it.
Penny for your thought, I'd give you...
That was good. That was really good. But I was thinking, what do you tell people when you're evacuating everyone within a 500 meter radius?
I know, and I love how you're scared of it, but yet you keep going for it. Yeah, it gets explained a little bit later, but at the first part of the episode, I once again was having the question. I was like, so wait, do people know about curses or not? But I don't want to step on your notes, so I'm going to let you keep going. So
this guy's name is...
Ooh, don't look at me there, brother. I just know he's the assistant manager.
Ajichi-san. Atichi-san. Atinchion. We're going to call him Itachi.
Wait, is he XXXXX Tentacion?
No, that guy's he's 6 feet below. We're talking about Ajichi-san.
Oh, okay.
Or Itachi-san. Our young dung protagonist asks what a window is, though.
Did you say young dung? Is that what you said?
This is already off to a terrible start. Worst podcast
Oh,
yet.
no.
Absolute worst podcast
We're not getting any momentum. That's okay. We're just going to sit in it.
Yuji asks what a window is. And a window is a member of Jujutsu High who can see curses, but they aren't sorcerers themselves.
Okay.
So that's good info right there. He said, right now we got 5 juvies remaining within the curse womb. It's a juvenile center. We're going to call them juvies, Ronnie.
Which, by the way, if you guys haven't heard, the curse womb must die. So
Yes. And they're not talking about my mother's womb where I was located.
Mm-hmm. Or as you said earlier, bosom.
If it can metamorphosize,
Big
it will
word.
become a special grade curse. And then I have in my notes, what the fuck is metamorphosize again? I haven't said that word since 5th grade.
What were you saying it in 5th grade for?
Just class, whenever we were learning about it.
You were into metamorphosizing?
That's definitely like a 5th grade learning word, right?
I thought they were trying to rip off Power Rangers, was what I thought they
Oh
were
my
doing.
god, here we go again.
Mighty
Your Power
Morphin,
Rangers.
Mega Morphin. You know.
What is metamorphosis? Is it metamorphosis or metamorphosize?
Metamorphosize. So you're asking what metamorphosis or it's past tense metamorphosize.
That's what they mean.
So this is just right off the top of my head. You know, I'm not looking up anything. If when you're ready for the definition, just let me know.
Ready.
Because I've got it right here in the top of my head. And,
Yeah, hurry up and say
it's
it.
it's an insect or in an insect or an amphibian, the process of transformation from an immature form to an adult form in 2 or more distinct stages. So basically what this is saying is we fucking sucked at biology.
Oh, it's a biology. No wonder I had no idea what this was. So like us, Itadori doesn't know what a special grade curse is either. So he's talked about a special grade curse. He's talked about a window, a seal. He's talked about all this type stuff, and we've all got questions about it. And then we go through a tier list. Okay, we're talking about the guy says, all right, we're going to go through a tier list about all curses.
Yep.
And he says
But
conventional weapons, if they were effective against
all
curses.
right, but here's what you did that made me mad. Hey, where the fuck does the projector come from? So anime. They're outside, and then all of a sudden, this guy's in my 7th grade classroom
He pulls out his projector that he brought along with him, Ronnie.
and turned the lights off outside.
He turned the lights off using a seal.
We're gonna just go through this PowerPoint real
All right,
quick.
we're going to go through this PowerPoint. We go to slide 1 where he says, grade 4, a wooden bat isn't enough. So I guess you need like a metal bat.
So, yeah, already mad at this PowerPoint,
Yeah,
this
just
shitty guy
terrible.
put together. How about you tell me what will kill them? Don't
So-
tell me. There's so many weapons in the world, and you're telling me what won't work?
Yeah.
Will a golf club work? I got so many. Just tell me what will work.
I think so. I think he's just saying a wooden bat, not enough. A metal bat?
He might as well
You're
have been
on
like,
point.
hey, a banana's not going to cut it.
Grade 3. If you have a handgun, you can rest easy. Okay,
All
so
right,
if you got
so
a handgun,
that one works.
That one works.
Grade 3, thank
Grade
you.
2, close call with the shotgun. Okay, that's getting a little better.
That's,
It's
well,
a
it
close
gets a little,
call.
I mean, from where we were on grade 3, it gets a little worse because now we're just being like, it probably will work. Tell me
probably
what's
will.
definitely going to work.
You got to have buckshot in there. It's got to be a pretty powerful shotgun. And then we go to grade 1 where it goes from probably a shotgun will work to now a tank is probably efficient.
Big jump.
Insufficient.
Very
Sorry.
big jump.
He's saying a tank is probably insufficient.
Mm-hmm.
So we go from a shotgun probably working to now a tank isn't going to work.
Right. The big leap there.
A
Big
giant
step.
leap. Grade 2 to grade 1 is like me going from 6th grade to 7th grade. It took me 3 years. It's a huge jump.
Took a long time. I did have a little story about PowerPoints if you want it.
I would love to hear a PowerPoint story.
So in
think we all would.
my sophomore year of high school, right? You know, Ronnie always up to little shenanigans. Just what a jokester. Me and a buddy of mine were doing a group project, and we had to make a PowerPoint where the project was we read this book called Tuesdays with Maury. It's basically about this guy who goes and sits with an old fart who's, getting to the end of this mountain we call life. And we had to pick quotes from it, and then we would trade off each slide saying, I picked this quote because it made me feel this way. And so anyway, it was one of those best times in school where you got to go to the computer lab. So me and my friend, we finished it up. His name was Connor. We finished this project up real quick, but we still had other days in the computer lab, so we were just going in and playing games. Bubble Trouble,
Icy Tower,
Balloons, Tower Defense, just the classics. And so one day, Connor, he goes to the bathroom, and he had our PowerPoint pulled up because we were making a few little changes. And so I go to his slide, and where it says, I like this, I was like, oh, I'm going to mess with Connor. So I go in and I type, I like this quote because I'm an asshole. And then I was like, oh, he'll see it, he'll laugh, we'll change it back, and everything will be fine. Well, then we got very into, all the computer games and stuff. So a week goes by, we get to the PowerPoint, we're standing up, I read my quote, we get to Connor's third quote, and he's up there, he's, kind of nervous, we're presenting in front of the class, and he goes, and I like this quote because I'm an And, of course, we had Mr. Bradford. He was a real G. He was laughing, too. The whole class laughed. Connor was very embarrassed. He looked at me, and he went, you! And I died, and that's my PowerPoint story.
You were such a dick,
I
dude.
sabotaged.
Everyone's like, oh, Ronnie's the nice guy of the podcast chronicles. He's such a lad. He's such a good G. No, you're the asshole that wrote something like that for your buddy in front of the class. Jesus Christ.
It was probably something really meaningful too, live life to its fullest. I like this quote because I'm an asshole.
Keep moving forward. So then we go to special grade where even footing. Okay, this guy's saying you have even footing against the special grade if you carpet bomb it with cluster bombs.
And everyone's got that just in their back pocket, so.
And then Itadori, I love his take right here. It's pretty good. Are you ready for it? It's real genuine, insightful. He goes,
lay it on me.
That's real bad.
Oh, interesting. Interesting perspective.
Well, no shit, dude. And obviously it's really bad because you ate one of those too.
Hey, can I ask you this? What the fuck is this high school? What? This is their second day. Did they go over a syllabus?
There was no syllabus, dude.
Did they break down the year's plans? Why is the second day of class just going to a juvenile detention center? There was no where are the grade 2s? What are they doing?
That's a good question. We've got so many questions for this show.
They haven't even found their desk yet. They don't even know they don't know their schedule, and they don't know where their classes are located because they're out doing this bullshit. Terrible high school. Really trial by fire here.
So, yep, special grade, you need cluster bombs. Probably not good enough, though. Oh, yeah, you know what's great about this, too? None of this stuff is actually going to work because you have to use curse energy to exercise these fools.
Well, and then they're probably oh, wow, special grade's crazy. So we'll probably just, since we're first years, just showed up to campus 2 days ago, we'll probably just start with a bunch of grade 1s or grade 4s. Grade 4s, right?
Yeah.
I've got a bat.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got a metal bat on me. So then Fushi says, normally you are matched up with how good you are compared to the curse. So whatever, if you're better, obviously you get the grade 1. If you're Gojo, which is what Fushi says here, you handle the special grades. Okay. Gojo's that good. But he's away on business, a.k.a. he's buying souvenirs.
Yeah. What does business mean?
This guy's a mysterious... I think he might be a bad guy. I'm just going to come out and say it.
If there's anyone that's a bad guy, it's this assistant manager that's missing the top frame of his eyeglasses.
That is true. If you're missing the top frame, you are definitely doing evil shit.
What kind of asshole's oh, yeah, I'm going to pick the ones that are not framed on the top? Get over yourself, dude. It's a real fashion statement.
It's annoying as shit is what it is.
Yeah, amen.
He says they're consistently short-handed in this business because why wouldn't they be? No one can even see curses. It's
There's like 2 high schools and we have 3 first years.
He says, you'll often have to take missions beyond your power, and he's basically saying Gojo sets you up to do this. He believes in you, and he thinks it's good training.
Questionable teaching technique.
Yeah. He says, but this is abnormal and urgent. So we need you here. Sorry.
You know, they would argue that they don't have a whole lot of jujutsu sorcerers because there's just not that many people who are able to do it. I would say also, maybe it's because you're putting grade 1s in situations such as this.
Yeah.
And think it's a good learning experience. That's like this is basically like walking into a freshman, like a 9th grade science class and being like, all right, guys, this bitch Corey V's really got the world by the balls. You guys figure out this vaccine.
Yeah. All right, guys, give us the OChem formulas for this vaccine.
Maybe that's not fair. Maybe they walk into the AP science class. Like these are gifted students, but they're still like, figure it out.
What is AP? Is AP a thing?
It's
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, I don't think that they even let you hear the words. But although
I was in remedial. What does remedial mean?
You were in high school for 5 years, so you would have thought that you walked by one of the classrooms.
Well, then this guy says, if it's special grade, run. For the love of God, do not fight. Listen to your fears.
I'm getting so mad.
He's like, listen to your fears. Get the hell out of there.
We want you to go in, but we completely understand if you're scared, so then just get out.
When all of a sudden, a lady that did not evacuate breaks through all of the security guards with the men and gets like very close to them.
Mm-hmm. And she's nice and quiet.
She's looking for her convict-ass son, Tadashi.
Yeah, her piece of shit son, Tadashi. This guy's such an asshole.
And I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Tadashi's going to live a long, happy life.
I can't wait to see what this guy has in store for us. I think he's going to be one of these guys that, you know, that was set up as bad, but we're going to come to love him.
And then what I love about this assistant to the manager guy is that he uses the poisonous gas excuse that we were talking about earlier. He's like, ma'am, please back up. There is so much poisonous gas. And he just has no hazmat suit on. He's just like right beside it, like, ma'am. He's breathing it all in.
2 things. First, he said possibility of poisonous gas, and this would be a large to do if there was just a possibility of poisonous gas. But at the same time, like you're saying, he's just standing here without a hazmat suit. I like to think this woman's just standing here as she watches 3 high schoolers walk into a building without any mask or anything.
Yeah.
She's like, really weird equipment for a poisonous gas situation.
Yeah. They're just breathing it all in.
Why is that young man with pink highlights walking into that school with nothing except a red hoodie on?
And then we go straight into the OP, Panda. God, we get more of that Panda, man. It's so fucking cool.
Favorite character.
And we're going to see him any second now. It's coming. It is coming.
You got to love the confidence of these kids that they're going to walk into this thing. I wish I had 20% of this confidence.
Yeah.
But you're telling me that I'm going to watch this man pull out an entire projector, explain that if I carpet bomb this place, maybe I would have a chance. And then I'm going to be like, yeah, we got this. Like, probably. Load up, guys. Let's just fucking go.
I mean, I know you wouldn't because you don't have any balls, but I've got balls of steel. I'd go anywhere.
Yeah. Oh, thanks for this lesson. You're telling me a carpet bomb's not going to do anything? And he's like, excuse me, assistant to the manager. You know I've never actually conjured cursed energy before, right? He's like, well, do you still have Slaughter Demon?
That's like someone that's done boxing classes for like 2 weeks. They're like, all right, you're going to go fight prime Mike Tyson right now.
Oh, and then keep in mind, he also said, if you're scared, just trust your instincts. Get out of there. Mm-hmm. That's like being like in the middle of a war and you're trying to like storm the beaches of Normandy. And they're like, listen, if it gets a little dicey out there, just turn around and get out of there.
This guy, the more you say, this guy fucking sucks. I hate this guy so much.
Assistant to the manager.
I hope he gets
Fix
off.
your fucking glasses.
Itachi says, which is, we're assuming the name of this. You know what? I'm not even going to call him that. I'm going to call him
Assistant to the manager.
Assistant to the manager says he'll put up this veil as our 3 comrades walk into the stadium. And I call it a stadium. It's not a stadium, but that's what I wrote in my notes.
Oh, it's getting ready to be a battlefield, so I like stadium.
He says, purify that which is impure, as black liquid clouds cover a dome around this center, and it conceals them from the outside world. How is this guy, like, assistant to the manager? He's actually he's got some powers on him.
Well, how about, I don't know, come help? What? Why are you the one on guard? What are we doing?
He can only... Ronnie. He's assistant to the manager. He's not the manager.
This is the worst fucking high school. You guys will figure it out.
This guy's awful.
I'm going to create an entire veil that makes Itadori go, is it becoming night? Which, first of all, hey, homeboy, ever seen how night works? And then I'm just going to stand out here and wait for you guys to come back.
So then...
I'll have a carpet bomb ready to go.
So then Fushi brings out the demon dog.
Puppies!
We got Snowy, who is looking cuter than ever, dude. I love Snowy so much.
God. I mean, Itadori made me kind of mad with that whole night thing. But then he tells your puppy, good boy, that we're counting on him. So he won me back. That's adorable.
And Snowy, Fushi says Snowy is a guard dog, and he knows when the curse gets close. He'll let us know. That's so cute.
And how about this? You know, I'm not trying to flex. I mean, I love your dog, but my little cutie patootie doesn't even come out unless some serious shit is going down. Just saying.
And what's his name? I have a name for him. I hope it's the same
Shadow?
name. I wasn't going to call him that.
What were you going to call him? I might like it better. I'm not saying, listen.
I like Shadow a lot, actually. Snowy and Shadow, that actually goes better together.
SS.
I was going to say Midnight. But SS, I like SS better.
We can do those cool S's that you used to draw in high school, and we'll make like a cool design for them.
Or I was going to do SM for...
Because they're both going to be around for a long time.
Yeah, they're going to last so long.
Puppies.
So they get inside and see a 50-story building, weird tower thing.
And I got to be honest, I paused it and was like, wait a second. I was like, this building wasn't that big, and then I unpaused it. Go ahead.
And that's when Itadori says, isn't this building like 2 stories? Or I'm sorry, Nabala says that. How do you say her name? That's
not how you say it.
How do you say it one more time?
Well, we haven't had, we record 2 episodes at a time, so we haven't had our pronunciation lesson yet. But at the moment, I was going Nobara.
All right. Nobara says...
You were going like Nobara, which sounds more... Yeah. You're doing a little more fancy stuff with
Nobara. So Fushi realizes, once she asks that, he's like, oh God, this is not good. He says it's the deployment of an innate domain due to cursed energy. Mm-hmm. That sounds dope.
Of course, yeah.
Fushi, you're my guy. Mm-hmm. You are my guy.
Dude, I hate when you stroll up into a place and it's in an innate domain because of cursed energy.
I know.
You ever do that?
Oh, I do it all the time. I walk in my mom's room all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's
and you're
disgusting.
Like, geez, this is just another classic case of innate domain cursed territories. Yeah, and this particular innate domain cursed territory has a very...
Energy.
Innate
domain cursed energy.
Oh, thank you. Has a very complex sewage system. Absolutely none of these pipes look up to code.
They don't. I feel like you would take a dookie, flush it, and it would start to go down the pipe, and then it would just spew everywhere.
Well, not only that, it would take approximately 55 years for it to reach the sewage system. That's how many pipes we've got running through this thing.
So don't take a dookie at this place.
Unless you want to send them on the wildest ride of its life. It's a classic poop coaster.
Okay, so then Fushi, he's acted like he hasn't seen one of these in a while.
A poop coaster? Is that what we're talking? I'm sorry.
No, a dookie.
Oh, a dookie. Okay. He's not regular?
All of a sudden, though, the door they came through disappears. This is whenever this happens in a show or a movie, you know shit's about to go down. Itadori and Nabara, they start to do an anime dance. What did you think about this anime dance? I knew you had probably a hot take on it. They were dancing to the anime gods, asking what they should do. They were going, what should we do? What should we... As they were dancing. I thought it was pretty awesome.
Not exactly the reaction I would have when I was in this situation, but more power to them. I was looking at the dog, if I'm being honest.
Okay. Fushi then says, hey guys, Snowy remembers the scent of the entrance. We're fine. And then Snowy immediately is petted like a good doge that he is. And it is just so adorable.
And don't they give him some jerky?
Well, she says you can get as much jerky as you'd like.
This silly little boy hasn't even done anything yet. No. He doesn't deserve it, but how could you not give him something? Because he's so cute. How could you not give him something?
He's so cute. He's like my little kitty. You're allergic to kitties, but she's so adorable. Patootie. I love my kitty. And then when you mess with her too much, she gets mad and she'll hiss at you and scratch you. But I still love her. It's okay.
I'm crying.
Itadori, and by the way, guys, join our Discord server. My profile picture is a beautiful picture of my cat, and it's just so adorbs.
Say its name.
Stevie.
Yeah.
She's so cute. I just rub my face all on her. I always think it's got to be annoying to fake an allergy to a cat because I rub my face all over her.
Here we go.
You know how cats, they rub their face on you? That's the way they...
Here we go.
When cats rub their face on your legs and stuff, that's their way of showing affection and love. So I do it right back, and she loves it. So Itadori, speaking way too soon, says, thanks to Fushi that we'll be able to save ourselves and others. You're a lifesaver, man.
Like, what is going on?
What? Well, this guy is just an idiot.
We're just starting.
They keep going down a hall with Snowy when they enter another room to see my guy Tadashi. My boy Tadashi. He's sleeping on a wall, laying down, and I figured this prison had better sleeping. Holy shit, he's dead.
Why?
Oh my god.
Why do you say that?
Well, I thought he was just taking a good old nap. His whole bottom half is torn to shreds.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we are pretty lucky. This could have been much worse. Really have to count our blessings here.
It's the best. Whenever someone's torn to shreds, that's the best case scenario.
Best case scenario right here. That's why I just, thank God. This could have been bad.
Itadori.
Rest in peace, Tadashi. You were one of the lucky ones.
Well, he kind of was compared to the other two or was it the other three? Because they were kind of formed together. And did you see that nonsense?
Yeah, that's why I'm telling you, you were one of the lucky ones.
Itadori walks up and he sees that his name on the name tag is Tadashi. And he wants to take the body back, but bro, he's dead. Like, what's the point of doing that? And Fushi says they need to find and verify the other two as well. And Fushi says, no, we're leaving this guy behind. His whole bottom half is torn to shreds. He says he had no intention of saving him anyways. And Itadori's like, what does that even mean?
Damn.
He says this is a juvie center, and that guy was in for hitting a little girl on his way home from school without a license. And that was his second offense.
So I wonder, you think that was like did the assistant to the manager, did he tell everyone that, and Fushi really took it to heart, whereas Itadori was just like, let it fly by, and he just wants to save people, good or bad?
Or I think he said, too, that they're allowed to see that information, and maybe Itadori just didn't even look,
but Fushi looked to...
Fushi was checking everything out, because he's a smart guy. I like Fushi a lot. He's aware of everything that's going on around him.
And I like this conversation because it's like both sides have an argument. Like, Itadori wants to do the right thing. He wants to care for people, whereas Fushi's just like, no, we got to save ourselves, and we got to do the mission at hand. Like, I'm sorry, but the mom might not be able to decapitate her son and bury him. And
then this is where we get to Chad's QOD.
Oh,
because my boy Fushi, I'm telling you, I love him and the panda are by far my favorite characters of the show so far. He says, what are you going to do when someone you save ends up killing someone in the future? Boom, Itadori.
Yep. It's the old Spider-Man classic.
And you know what?
Rest in peace, Uncle Ben.
You know what else is pretty serious about this too? You can't save the guy. He's already torn in half. So get over it. Leave him behind.
Also true. Yeah, if I was Itadori, that would have been my argument. Like, well, I don't think this guy's going anywhere. I just want to give it back to the mom.
Yeah.
I just want the mom to have a proper burial for her son.
Well, screw
Fushi.
And you know what?
Fushi would be like, but did you hear that deep shit I just said? Did you hear that?
How about this right here? When I die, I don't care what you do to me. I'm dead.
Yeah, we're both kind of dark souls like that. A lot of
That's
people.
not dark.
Well,
shred me up. Best case scenario, I'm shredded.
That'd be lucky.
He asks Sushi why he saved him when Nabarro says, "Shut up, stop fighting, let's find a way out," and then gets dragged down a black hole out of nowhere.
Yeah, and so Fushi and Itadori, they're arguing, can we start holding each other's shirt collars for long periods of time when we get into arguments like this?
I know, dude. It's stupid. We always just hold each other's pant collars, and then we need to start doing the shirt collars.
The two of them are holding on for quite a while. They're going to stretch out those nice uniforms.
Snowy didn't sense the curse. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
No!
I'm not mad.
I'm fucking pissed.
I'm just disappointed in
quit.
Snowy.
I quit. I'm done. Just like that? You got to be kidding. And then you're going to do the note just like that? You're going to.
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
You're going to. Do you know how I feel about these dogs already? I've got a very special connection. And your fucking note's going to be, Snowy didn't hear the curse. That's what you're going to tell me?
I'm not mad.
Yeah, I'm done. I quit. I'm not.
You're not quitting this podcast.
4 episodes.
I'm telling you.
You're telling me 4 episodes, and we didn't even see them in 2 of them? 2 episodes, God. And you're telling me this good boy is going to be half buried into a concrete wall off screen?
I know.
And your bullshit of a note. You're typing up in the dark on a Friday night because for some reason you take your notes on Friday, and you're going to be like, well, didn't hear the curse. Moving on. That's your fucking note? You get...
I'm trying not to be upset.
You know what you do? This is what I want you to do. Go online, sign into Amazon, sort by top-rated items, find a cheap Amazon Basics price for luggage. Get the luggage. Wait 2 shipping days, probably 3 because they never quite get it in 2 days. Get it. Open it up. Assemble it probably, and then you know what I want you to do? Pack your bags and get out of town because I'm tired of you.
Nah,
I'm done.
I'm going to a local small business and buying one of those. I hate the fact that you hate small businesses.
Fucking done.
Snowy though, I am okay. I did it. Buy luggage? I'm sorry. You were right though. I did that half-assed, but that's because I didn't know what to say. What am I supposed to do? Cry on this podcast? People don't like it when I cry. It's Snowy. You had a good life. You're a good Doge. But hey, I'm not going to say it. I had something pretty harsh to say, and I'm not going to say it.
Fucking say it.
Fix your sniffer, Snowy. What the fuck, man? God.
It's a special grade curse. We've got a fucking dickhead of an assistant to the manager outside making it turn nighttime, and we're going to let him go inside with a dog?
Well, okay.
It's meant to chase squirrels.
No, it's not. It's meant to sniff out curses, and it did not do its fucking job. Train your boy better.
Well, it wasn't properly trained.
I agree. You know what happens
because
you
know
properly
why?
Train
because
your dog?
we're on the scene of the fight. Fucking day 2 of the school year. How about we let the dogs get used to their new home for a little bit? How about you feed them some food and you get them on a schedule? We take them to the Jujutsu High kennel. Where they're not a kennel, but like a doggy daycare, where they learn
take them to the pound.
Where they fucking learn. Okay, Mr. Sniffer over there, where they learn to properly sniff out curses.
Or you could be like one of our buddies that had a dog, a German Shepherd, never got it properly trained, ended up attacking one of his friends that happened to be a girl, had the friend's head inside of its entire mouth, and then he had to put the dog down later because he never trained the dog properly, and it attacked 2 people, including a male person. Wow.
At least my puppy's still around.
He'll be around a lot longer. So Itadori and Fushi, they then turn and see that the special grade is right there, and this thing is fucking terrifying.
Yeah, I'm in a pretty bad mood, but I'm going to try and keep going.
Come on. Is this thing not terrifying?
Yes, it's pretty... If I had to rate it, I would rate it specially.
Okay, if you had it rated on a grade scale, would you rate it... Would you give it a special grade?
I would rate it specially.
Okay.
It's a special grade.
I love the design of this thing.
So are my puppies.
Oh, you still got one left. He'll be around a lot longer. Maybe if they could sniff better, they would make it out alive. Itadori, being smart, grabs his slaughter demon and swings it directly at the special grade and then gets his own hand cut off.
Yeah, this is not going well.
So he did not listen to the assistant of the manager. It's a special grade, and he instantly tries to attack this thing, and now he's missing a hand.
Oh, yeah, I guess oh my god, I guess Itadori just left his carpet bomb at home. Didn't listen to the assistant to the manager.
Dude, will you cheer the fuck up? This was my dog. My dog died, and I'm acting better than you right now.
Yeah, it's because you didn't...
No, it's because animals die all the time.
It's just like your mom.
Life.
It's just like your mom, where you're not responsible enough to have a mother, so I end up taking care of her. You weren't responsible enough to have Snowy. Shadow's my dog. But Snowy's mine too. I had both dogs. You know how many dogs I had? 2. You know how many you had? 0.
Animals. Get over it, dude. It's animals. I hate all these animals. I love animals. Don't get me wrong. I love them. But it's an animal. It's not like it's your sibling. I've seen 2 of my cats. My dog. I saw him crawling around on the ground. They were screaming, yelling. You know what I had to do? Put them down. And you think that's a fake story, but I did it. I'm a country boy.
Not a country boy.
Well, you try. See how that works out for you. We go to Nabara as she's in a random black room with evil giant faces just staring at her. How crazy was this?
You texted me last night, said this episode was very trippy. I can't imagine how high off your ass was. But you're not wrong. It was trippy even for a sober young gentleman watching it. And this was one of the moments I said was very trippy.
My God, that was real enthusiastic. Yes, it was very, very trippy. If I was on other types of drugs, I would have probably turned off the TV and then literally just went under my covers and stayed up all night. We then cut to Fushi, who is falling down a 10,000-foot elevator shaft out of nowhere and calls Nue. How do you say this? Nue?
Sure. No.
His flying owl. How dope is this thing?
I mean, to be fair, I did not realize Fushi was Dr. Dolittle reincarnated.
The flying owl bird then grabs him, or he grabs it by the talons. He grabs it by the talons and then makes the coolest landing ever. Fushi is the best. Okay, come on. He's the fucking best.
He's pretty cool. I like the animals.
So he's running through the hall again now that he's landed, and he's hoping that they aren't dead. And as he's running, we go back to Itadori, who is now wrapping his hand up, acting like his hand isn't even gone.
We gotta save the arm. Smart. It's very good bandaging. Probably could have done it better if, I don't know, he went to the first arm. Maybe because if he went to his first day of class.
I'm just gonna talk like this for the rest of the time because
you've been telling some pretty gruesome, fucking horrifying stories. So yeah, I'm sorry if I'm not a chip off the block Ronnie right now. I'm pretty.
I guess they're not good stories, but I've lived through them and I have a hardened heart because of it, and
Mr. O, I fucking love Fushi, but also you animal people disgust me.
Well, I never said I love animals.
You said you love animals, but you people with the animals, you don't know what it's like out here in these rough and tough animal streets. God.
I'm just saying, I've been through animal
something horrific happened to your cat, and over our 25 years, I've heard you tell that story 18 times. You love telling it because you love messing with people's heads.
You might be right about that. And if you think that's a fake story, that's the only true story I've told on this podcast. We go to Itadori, who's talking to Sakuna, and says,
"Terrible."
Say it for me one more time.
We did. We had a pronunciation.
Sukuna.
Thank you.
Okay. Itadori talks to Sukuna and says to help him because if he dies, you'll die too, my guy. And Sukuna refuses and says, "There's 18 other phalanges of my soul, or not phalanges, 18 other parts of my soul. I don't have control of this body, and if you want to switch, go ahead, but I'll go ahead and kill your friends first."
Damn.
And he's like, "And I'll have fun with that girl." I was like,
God.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Then Itadori kind of almost let him.
Jeez.
So Sukuna is not a guy to be messed with, from what it seems like.
Yeah, he seems pretty dark.
So then this creepo, we got this special grade curse, spitting a fireball of pure cursed energy between Fushi and Itadori. This is the flashback before Fushi was falling down 10,000 flights of elevator shaft. Okay.
A lot of floors.
Then he starts taunting them with, it's got a ripped body, and its fingers are bright blood red, and it's holding its own face. You ever held your own face before?
Yeah. No, this was the first monster I was super into how it looked. Like,
it was dope.
Everything else, they kind of rely on a bunch of eyeballs, and they're all kind of like just gross, big, nasty things. This one I was like, oh, damn.
This is a dope one.
Yeah.
Itadori tells Fushi to find the girl and bounce, and that he'll take care of this guy with a carpet bomb. No, he doesn't say that, but he says, if you get out of here, give me a signal, and then I'll get Sukuna to come out and fight. So we go back to Fushi, and he summons your boy Shadow.
Well, he says, demon dogs! And then one shows up.
Aww,
and
that is sad.
I cried again, it's not plural. But it is a puppy!
What's his name? Say his name.
Shadow. His name's Shadow.
And he tells him to find Nabara.
Sure. However you want to mess it up, go for it. Until we get the pronunciation.
So we got her, and she's holding her own, but she's down to one nail against the Courage the Cowardly Dog Titan faces.
And you know what that did to me? Made me mad. It's your thing. You can't run out of nails.
She's like, I should have brought more of these. She had 3 of them.
Like, come on. If you've got a backpack, 15 pounds of it should be nails. And 15 pounds of nails will get you a pretty good way. I feel like she had 1 pack of nails. You got to do better than that. You got to.
That's like me showing up to like a sporting event. Like I show up to, say I play tennis. Mm-hmm. And let's say me and you go to play tennis, and I bring 1 tennis ball, and I hit it over the cage because I'm terrible at tennis and don't know how to hit it. And it goes flying over and then goes into the water. We're like, oh, well, now we can't play tennis.
I mean, normally you only play tennis with 3 balls. So I'll take your tennis thing and I'll make it. It's basically like being like, oh, I'm going to go practice my serve. And it's only you on the court. And you take 1 ball. And so you hit the ball. And then you just go and get it from the other side. Then you hit it again. And you're just like constantly going back and forth.
I like that. We go back to Itadori. And this dude has a magnificent Islander ponytail. This special grade person.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and then it's got like the braids too. It's got like the braids vibe going on. I feel like it's just, he's a Hawaiian guy.
And he looks like a mermaid monster initially. His legs are wrapped up and he's like floating in the air.
He's hot as fuck is basically what I'm trying to say.
Hey, if you're into it, you're into it, bro.
So Itadori doesn't know how to use cursed energy, and he's telling himself this, but he's got to fight this thing. Even though it takes an entire cursed energy of cluster bombs to line up with this guy.
We got this guy right where we want him.
It then swipes energy at him and sends him flying. This thing just literally just waves its arm and energy just sends Itadori flying.
He's just toying with him.
It sends him through concrete. And
we know this young man loves to go through concrete. We've already seen that a couple times.
Oh, yeah. So Itadori's like standing up after he's just completely wrecked, and he tries to use his hands to stop this energy from just going straight through him, and it's absolutely wrecking him. He just looks like he has no chance against this thing, which he doesn't. He's then thinking about if he only didn't eat that damn phalange and how he doesn't want to die. He wants a proper death.
You just got to be careful with what you're choosing to eat nowadays.
His fingers are starting to get shredded as he has both of his hands up. And
it was like, you know what this reminded me of.
Well, he doesn't have both of his hands up because one of them's gone. But what did this remind you of?
This was, throw it back to our first ever show, Armin at the wall,
that sad moment.
Up. That was obviously much worse, but this is the kind of like where it's just slowly deteriorating him.
Then he's flown back again, and we go to... So looks like he's almost done now. We go to Nabara, and she's getting laughed at by giant mushroom bugs. as a frog giant hybrid type demon thing, curse thing, starts to eat her. This was one of the trippiest things I've ever seen. This tripped me out even more than the giant faces.
Right. I was into the faces. This is what you came at me with when you first texted me saying this episode was trippy.
If I had ate mushrooms and watched this, it would be a weird, especially seeing mushroom creatures.
Right.
Right when she's about to be put into this giant frog hybrid's mouth, she gets saved by another frog and a snake. So our boy Fushi has just got the Animal Kingdom lineup.
Oh, hey Noah, what's up, man? Where did you park the ark?
The frog, though, when it snatches Nabara with its tonguey tongue, it just...
don't call it its tonguey tongue.
It's not a tonguey tongue?
It's just a tongue.
Okay, well, with his tonguey tongue, with his tongue, he puts her in his mouth, and she just instantly says, "Well, I hate frogs." Oh. Hey, be grateful.
Yeah. God. Seriously.
Women.
Oh, I wish you would have saved me with a different animal.
You know what I have to say to it? Women.
He should have been like, hey, pack more than 8 nails.
So we go back to Itadori now, and he's wrecked. He's realizing that he's having all these thoughts running through his head now. He's realizing he's never been strong, and he's not strong at all. And he thought he would be strong enough to decide when he dies, but doesn't look like that's going to happen. And he doesn't want to die, but he wants to be able to say that his death was proper. Mm-hmm. And he gets a lot of memory flashes going through his head. His friends that were almost eaten by those curses, getting tongued. His grandpa, and then he just says to himself, "Let all the fear, hate, rage come out of your fists." He's trying to use that cursed energy that he doesn't know how to use.
Nope. Learning this is the whole point of this exercise class.
He charges his fists up, basically, is how I explain it. With just it's all colorful. It looks beautiful. And he punches as hard as he can at this special grade, but nothing happens. This thing just catches it.
How big of a bummer would this be? I mean, he gets the cursed energy. He's like, holy shit, I did it. And goes for a punch. But it's like you said, nothing to this thing. You know he had to feel so good going into that.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, oh, yeah. The adrenaline was pumping. It's basically like, and we're doing a lot of sports references this episode.
Peter Moylan?
It's like if you were a baseball player and out of nowhere, you can just start reaching back and hitting 100 miles per hour on the pitch gun.
Yeah.
But you're pitching against a professional hitter and all they do is like choke up on the bat, stick it out there, and they just bloop it into the outfield. And you're just like, oh, Mike, you got to be kidding me. That's what he's doing.
So right when he does that punch, though, he realizes, well, I'm dead. And then we got your boy Shadow giving the howling signal.
Oh!
That was really good.
Thank you. Do you want to try it?
Oh,
wow. We both do great howling dogs. Who knew?
He realizes, I can switch now. And he switches instantly to Sukunya.
Good.
Ronald Sukunya.
Sue. Think of your Aunt Sue, and then put Kana at the end. Sukuna. Just remember your Aunt Sue, okay. And that'll be great. Good boy, Shadow. You make me proud.
Ronald Sukunya. I like that one better, actually, but I'm not going to say it anymore after that. We were saying baseball, and I just had to bring that up.
Yeah.
So as soon as he gets his tattoos forming on his face, he says, "What an annoying brat."
Okay, not just the tattoos. You mentioned something else.
What?
You're not going to mention anything else? You're just going for the tattoo thing again?
Yeah.
Oh, so you didn't notice how he fucking regenerated orifices?
Oh my god. Dude, he didn't do all of that yet. Not the hand, at least, yet. And then we get to the calling card. And it says Jujutsu Kaisen. So then we go back.
Interesting. We'll see what the next one says. That's pretty good.
Go back to Sukunya. Sorry.
Your Aunt Sue.
Sukuna. He taps the weird guy on the shoulder and says, to hold on, I'm thinking, bud.
Oh, look, my fidget spinner's still here.
Oh, wow, it is. It's amazing. That's amazing. Surprised that thing still works. He's got to get back at this brat, is what he's thinking.
Yeah.
He can't go for Fushi because, as soon as he does that, he'll just switch back instantly. Mm-hmm. And then he decides, well, I could go kill a couple kids and take this special grade with me.
Have you said where he regenerates, or was I right initially and you just try to make me feel like I'm wrong?
You're not right yet.
Is he not holding this thing?
He has one hand.
He's holding it with one hand?
Yeah. He gets the fingers. But we were getting to the point right here.
All right.
Then, as he starts to walk away, this special grade's not having it. And throws a giant energy ball at him where Sukuna then raises his hand, his missing hand, regenerates it, and blocks the entire fireball. And then he says, wow, oops, didn't mean to regenerate that too. So I guess he did do the fingers earlier, but he did the entire hand here.
Okay. And I got to be honest, I wasn't trying to get ahead of you or anything.
Yeah, sure you weren't.
It's the fact that Sukuna is rocking the purple nail polish, and that's just
beautiful.
a very bold choice, but I think it paid off.
So my dumbass roommate Kyle, speaking of nail polish.
Speaking of dumbass, we weren't talking about dumbass, but he is a dumbass.
He's very easily peer pressured by his girlfriend.
Right.
He's whipped as hell, as I like to call it. I'm not going to go through all the scenarios because I'm just not gonna. But he went to go get his nails done the other day with her. Just a pedicure, a simple pedi. Me and you've gone and got pedis before.
Yeah, we go get pedis.
And he got the pedicure done, and she influenced him into getting his toenails painted.
Well,
which is not, and I don't think that's bad at all. But hey, bud, don't get peer pressured into that. Just do it yourself. He's the type that's like, he would never do it himself, but she tricked him into doing it.
See, Travis, when he first got his pedi, he said he made a joke like, "Oh, I'm gonna get my toenails done," and they were like, my mom and grandma is who we went with. Travis just taking the ladies out for a nice day. Night. And they were like, oh, and they got there and like, oh, you said you were going to do it. Are you going to do it? And Travis, big baller move. He's like, oh, yeah, I said I'm going to do it. And he had black toenails for quite some time. But that was Travis's choice, not...
Exactly.
Unlike dumbass Kyle, who was like, oh, okay, sweet. Yeah, sweet. It'd be like between me and you, it'd be so funny.
He's like, he tells me, yeah, we're just going to get pedicures. Nothing. I'm not getting my toenails painted at all. And then she's like, honey, you would look kind of decent with. Oh, yeah, I'll do it.
But I'm also at this time realizing that he's got a girlfriend.
Yeah.
We don't. So
it's the kind of disturbing thing.
But
I guess maybe if I just bow down to women and just do everything they say, maybe I'll actually have a girlfriend.
But he is a dumbass. So we've got that. We're definitely not dumbasses. So
he's a dumbass that gets laid, though.
So how stupid is he really? I'm fine.
Oh, I'm fine too. I'm totally all right. Nothing is.
I'm so comfortable being me. It's just not even.
I'm fine. I've got my hand with me. It's not gone. That's all I need in my life.
You treat yourself. Get some purple nail polish and liven things up a little bit.
Could you imagine if you broke your right arm? Well, you're ambidextrous, so.
What was that word?
Ambidextrous.
Yeah, thank you for once again sharing one of the many Ronnie talents. I'm ambidextrous, so.
Well, I'm not, so I need my roommate to help me out if I did that.
So I'm good, Whatever kind of obstacle life throws at me, I'm getting one thing done, I'll tell you that.
So, the weird guy, the special grade curse, makes the most absurd face.
What is it? Life always finds a way? It does with me.
Oh, I'll find a way to make it happen. To relieve myself. It was weird guy, so we got the special grade making the most absurd face after.
Special grade.
after Sukuna blocks it. This guy is just designed so well. Something I would draw, I feel like. Sukuna says that, oh, I guess you're not coming along with me because curses cursed spirits usually stay where they are born. So that's a cool little tidbit there.
Right.
And he then clotheslines the special grade and curb stomps him directly through the concrete like it's nothing.
Sukuna is operating on an entire other level.
Yeah.
It's like, if you need a carpet bomb to do some special grade stuff, like, what do you do with this guy?
You got to nuke him.
But here's the other thing too, is like, we've already seen Gojo and Sukuna kind of battle it out a little bit, and Gojo played him like a fool. So,
and imagine,
and I wonder if, but that's also like maybe Sukuna gets more powerful, and I think they've kind of said that as he gets more fingers. So I'm not gonna, but he's doing this with 2 fingers right now. So, jeez,
yikes. So then he rips off his right arm and starts laughing and toying at this thing. So he's having fun right now.
Yeah,
he wanted this special grade to kill some children, but now he just wants to mess with this thing. So we go to Fushi, and he decides to wait for Itadori's return while the assistant to the manager takes the girl to the hospital.
Now, what has this guy been doing?
I have a feeling he's just a scaredy cat.
This guy just been sitting in his car listening to the podcast Chronicles?
I hope not, because this is a terrible podcast that we've been doing.
Hey, assistant to the manager, if you're listening, turn it off. We don't want you.
You suck.
Get out of here.
Fushi then tells him, hey, if you want to do something helpful, how about you tell him to send over a Sorcerer 1 or better?
Which, Fushi, year 1 is bossing this assistant to the manager guy around. I love it.
God, this guy is such a cuck. Fushi says, if he dies, it's on me. He's kind of saying this to himself. If Itadori dies, it's on me right now. I like Fushi a lot, man. He's still a first year too, but he seems like a veteran at this point.
Yeah. Early enrollee.
We go back to Sukuna talking to the special grade again about how, hey man, we're supposed to be the same thing. We're classified as special grade curses. Both you and me, man. I love that he actually says that. That's not just me saying that.
It's like broing down with this thing.
I think he's laughing because he's like, me and you are classified as the same thing. I'm kicking your ass right now. You're a joke.
So it basically tells us inside of a special grade, it's a wide umbrella, and there's a bunch of different levels of special grades. It's very complex stuff. Thank God Ronnie and Chad are here to break it down.
And then we look up at the wall, and he's got glued to the wall the separated limbs of this thing. And then his whole torso is buried in concrete.
Looks like some tribal, sacred, scary burial ground.
The special grade regenerates his arms and legs while Sukuna cheers him on. I think this is just fucking hilarious. He's like, "Oh, way to go, man! You're regenerating. That's awesome.
Good for you."
Then he tells us, the audience, that for curses, it's not that hard to regenerate. He's saying it's pretty simple for special grades to regen their arms.
Right,
that's
that's just the standard.
Sukuna says he'll show what real jujitsu is and pulls out a domain expansion malevolent shrine.
Hey, what? He does what?
This is an insane looking shrine.
He does what?
It's a domain expansion, Ronnie.
He say it in full more time.
This is what he does. He pulls out a domain expansion malevolent shrine.
Oh, of course he does. I would have done the same thing.
And then he shreds this guy into 10 pieces somehow. Just out of nowhere.
This thing, I don't know exactly what happened. He basically went to a
different dimension.
For anyone who's watched the Marvel movies, he went to that little gazebo that Thanos went to.
It does look like that.
And then all of a sudden he came back and sliced this guy in 10 things by just meditating.
And then he says, "Oh shit, I meant to only cut you up in 3 pieces." But then he grabs the phalange from inside the special curse and explodes the guy.
You said that like we knew it was there. We didn't, right?
No, we did not.
You were basically... And so then, of course, he walks up, grabs his finger.
Well, I thought we knew that that's how special grades were made, is because they swallow that
phalanges.
Stuff. Yeah.
No, I just thought that was... So,
oops.
You think this thing was special grade because he had the finger?
It had the finger, yeah. That's how it was.
So does that make you think that this thing was like a grade 1 curse, and then Sukuna, when he was burying, like placing all his fingers, came here, put it in this one?
Yep, and that's how it made, yeah.
All right.
He then, after that, though, he grabs the phalange, and then he tells Itadori, he says, just switch already, it's over, man. And then he realizes that the brat can't actually switch right now for some reason.
He's snoozing.
End of episode.
After a very scary grin. And then, lost in paradise.
we have that evil ass grin and just like, oh shit, that's not good. And then it goes, lost in.
We're like very scared. We're like, oh god,
oh man, what an episode though.
And all of a sudden young teens are very wildly colored and putting on hair gel.
That was a good one though. I really liked that one.
Yeah, I like that episode a lot. Sukuna is just really, really cool. Worst part of the episode, obviously, assistant to the manager. That guy sucks.
Anytime he's in it, I just hate him.
I said worst part. That's the worst part because we all know the other part that I refuse to acknowledge. Hence, that's why that's not even the worst part. We're not even going to talk about it. Kind of brought me down. Sorry. I became really sad halfway through this episode.
Snowy died.
Hey, fuck you. Don't mess with me like that. You want a knuckle sandwich?
I don't want a knuckle sandwich. No.
You want a knuckle? And you guess what? I'm gonna slather some pickles on there before I give it to you.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, bitch.
You just got
and I bet you don't have the post credit scene either, do you?
Oh shit, I don't. I hope you have it.
That's all right. It wasn't too serious, but it was just they talk about how everyone acts on the phone. They're kind of like all going through their phones, and then they all try to do the classic phone call when you pinch the phone between your ear and shoulder.
Yeah.
First of all, do people still do this?
Yes.
You do this?
I don't. People do, though.
Do you see people doing this?
Yeah, dude. I see
iPhones and stuff like that.
All the time.
Like these new smartphones, very slick. Even like with cases sometimes.
I see Karens doing it.
Have you ever done this?
Yeah.
It's just a weird move. Don't,
Doing it right now.
So, okay, here's a fun game since you didn't watch the post-credit scene. I believe it was... I think it was just the 4 we saw in this episode. So, assistant to the manager, Fushi...
Oh, assistant to the manager.
Itadori, and Nobara. Who do you think couldn't do it?
Couldn't do it?
Yeah.
Itadori.
The phone dropped and cracked. It was Nobara.
Really?
How about that?
Wow. Figured that B word could do that.
So, no, interesting episode, but I did have a little bit more to talk about. I felt like they really went for it early on, like as far as stakes go. Itadori was fighting a special grade curse all by himself, and so I'm interested to see how they keep outdoing themselves now that they already did, Yuji on the brink of death against a special grade curse. It's like...
It's what scares me a little bit about this show is it's like Dragon Ball where they progressively got so damn powerful. You're like, this scaling is just insane. And they've already, in the 4th episode, it's like insane power. I don't know how it's going to work out.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about that because like I'm the type of person who likes to have rules to the power. That's why you tell me about Dragon Ball, and I watched a couple episodes of Dragon Ball when I was young, but I can never get into it too much because once I'm older or whatever, that stuff kind of bothers me a little bit. So I hope they don't go too far down the road, and that's just kind of what I'm nervous about is that they went for it this episode, and I'm just interested to see where they go from here, basically. Sukuna is a very good out that they have. Like when I'm watching like last episode and this episode and they're kind of doing monster battles, Sukuna is kind of like the background thing that's still looming, and I'm like, oh, that's gonna be like the main part that I'm into.
Boss man.
So it'll be interesting, but good episode overall.
Yeah, it was really good.
So let's do a little bit of learn a little something about Ronnie and Chad,
and that is where you learn a little something about Ronnie and Chad.
So,
or Chaz.
Hapalord or Hopalord or Hapalord or...
Why do you keep giving this...
or Hapa Lord.
Listen, she's awesome, but...
All right, say what you're going to say. Say it.
I said, listen, she's awesome, but do you have...
Say it.
Do you have a little crush?
Go ahead and say it.
Huh?
Go ahead and say it with your chest.
Do you have a crush?
Yeah. To be honest, I think I'm going to marry this girl. She says, how does it feel to be covering a different series compared to Attack on Titan?
Well, it feels different.
It's definitely different. You know, we got to get into the swing of things again.
I mean, because I guess we've been covering the same show for 75 episodes now. So I can't really explain it too much because we haven't done any other show. Like, if we had done maybe one or two other shows too.
Yeah.
But because it felt completely new.
Right.
On the start of Attack on Titan as well.
I guess what I'll say is, like, Attack on Titan worked so well for me because it was anime, but a very anime, if that makes sense. Yeah. Like, every anime I've ever known has, like, these little anime moments in here, and I know a lot of people like that, but But
you don't like life, so you don't like it.
To me, it's just like, I can take Attack on Titan more serious when they don't have... When the most anime thing is like, oh, Sasha really loves food. You know, like, there's never someone just pulling out a projector.
You hated someone that liked food more than you.
No, I just thought she was a very good character, and she could have been more than just she really likes food. And in moments she was. But that's kind of my take. It's just a little bit different. But the good thing is I got the podcast, so I like pointing out those moments and laughing at it.
Yeah.
And that makes it more enjoyable than if I was just, like, sitting at home watching it.
Because then eventually we're going to be covering... We're just going to have a whole podcast where all it is Ronnie and Chaz cover politics.
Yeah, that exactly.
So we'll be able to, just give you whatever information you'll need on the world or life. Just come to Ronnie and Chaz.
If you want trustworthy news and just real strong, well thought out opinions, you come to Ronnie and Chad. No, we pretty much steer clear of all that stuff. And it's not because we don't care as much as it's just there's so much of that stuff in the world right now that let's make our own little community where you can get away from it some. Is at least the way I think of it. And then one other person asked, I'm sorry I don't have your name, I saw it in the Discord. They asked hey, really obnoxious yawn there. I'll say that.
You're obnoxious.
I mean, so long. You're
long. Obnoxious.
Such a long yawn.
You're obnoxious, dude.
Wrap it up, okay?
This was you.
Wrap it up.
Snowy died. I'm so sad.
It was a top 10 anime betrayal. And so they asked if we were only ever going to do anime shows. And my mind is like, I just want to do what I think we'll enjoy doing and what people want to hear.
I was thinking only anime ever, but no, I'm cool with whatever, man. I'm just floating. I'm living life.
In a perfect world, we keep expanding, and that's when we can do all sorts of different things. Who knows? The SpongeBob Chronicles are coming soon.
Oh, they're coming
that's very anime, so that's not a good example, but one day. And that can do it for this one.
Yeah, I agree. That's probably a good time to wrap it up. You've been a pretty shitty secondary host this episode because you got sad over a fake animal, cursed animal.
But I never looked at my phone or yawned or did any vape pen tricks.
By the way, guys, big news: have not vaped in weeks. Gotten rid of it.
Well, don't
the excursion
say
is
weeks
over.
Like that. It's
weeks.
You didn't this week. Didn't last week. 3 weeks.
Multiple weeks, yes.
3 weeks,
Multiple weeks. But I'm done. The excursion's over. Ben, I'm sorry, man. I know you like it. I'm trying to quit. The excursion will probably continue, Ben, in the upcoming
are you
weeks.
Talking about the Burger King?
I'm talking about, yes, Burger King Ben. That's
that guy
his new name.
Is the Burger King. Yeah.
That guy, they might as well just give him stock in Burger King at this point.
And I'll go ahead and out you right here. Chad's birthday is coming up, everyone. So, make a homemade card, take a picture of it, send it to us on Twitter, email at thepodcastchronicles@gmail.com. Twitter is @podcastchronic. join the Discord. Links in the description. Just,
voice memos.
Really type something up special for Chad.
I like it when people, they take like a selfie video of themselves and they say, "Happy birthday, Chad. We love you," and stuff like that.
Don't do. I mean, that would be very awkward for you guys to do. I mean, you can do it if you're like really confident in your own skin and want to do it, but that's asking a lot, I think.
Well, I mean, it's not.
And I'm really like setting Chad up for a lot of birthday wishes. My birthday was not that long ago, so if you would like want to include me, you can do that too.
You got so much love.
I'm not trying to like make it about myself or anything.
I mean, you got so much love. It's unbelievable.
All right, I've been Ronnie.
I've been Chatty.
Peace.